Welcome to the Kentucky X-Files, Season 2, with your hosts Dennis Mays, Tyler Stewart, and Josh Gibbs. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, so you never miss an episode. Now, on to our show.
Welcome back, guys, to the Kentucky X-Files.
Always. I love it.
Now it's like every time I hear the intro, I have to say it. And it sucks too, because back on the older episodes, I don't do that. So I literally, if I listen to one of the older episodes, I have to do it.
You got to do it for yourself.
Yeah, it's like I need to know it's there. So, how you guys doing?
I'm good.
Good.
How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Have a good old time.
Good old time.
Good old time.
Been a solid week, and still, Anchor and Spreaker are battling for the rights to our, the rights to distribute our show, and that's exciting. Like Kong versus Godzilla.
I like to put it like how it's a love triangle, like in high school, and they're trying to put the Letterman jacket on us. Who's putting their Letterman jacket on us?
Yeah,
they're fighting over us.
Right?
Like, no, like KYX Files is mine, not yours.
Yeah, and meanwhile we're over here like, hey, we just really want to get our show out to the folks.
Yeah.
Anything you guys could do to help that?
Yeah. No doubt. And like we were talking about just before we started recording, the poor people over there on all the other platforms besides YouTube have no idea what's going on unless they're coming over here.
Right. It's pretty annoying. But
pretty annoying.
And what can you do, right? I mean, we're basically waiting for them to figure it out. Hopefully one of them gets the better of the other one, and we can all be peaceful about this, and we can wear that new Letterman jacket.
Yeah.
By the time we get through this, we're gonna be wearing a class ring.
Ooh. I don't know if I'm ready for that commitment yet.
I'm just saying, we're gonna be graduated.
No shit.
If they don't hurry up, we're gonna be graduated.
Oh, okay. I get where you're going with that joke. I thought you were saying that they were offering their class ring to us.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Well, yeah, that. I mean, when do you get your class ring? Junior year? You order a junior, get it your senior year?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
God. We're going down a weird rabbit hole on this.
Right. I mean, that's what we do, right?
That is true.
Just go down the rabbit holes. It just spirals out of control.
Yeah, just looking for Alice.
So, the folks have spoken. They want us to dive into the old, Appalachians.
Nice.
So, how you guys feeling about that?
I feel good about it. Feel good. I've got a few pages up here. Do we have any emails we want to go through before we do this, or no?
I actually don't have any emails this week. Surprising, because we got bombed there for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, which was really cool. You guys out there that are probably, I want to say when you get this, you're finally catching up on these new episodes. Definitely check those few episodes out. We had some really cool emails. And anybody else out there, you got something you want to talk to us about, ask us a question, or tell us your encounters, encounters at kyxfiles.com every time. All the time. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have any new emails this week. Kind of a bummer.
Bummerman.
I was really excited too, but nothing came through yet. Hopefully, some of the ones that talked to us before follow up with us, and we can get back to that. Because it's honestly a lot of fun and just interesting. I know me and you were talking about that, Gibbs, but it's interesting now that we're getting emails that are coming in from around pretty close to us.
Right.
Which, is kind of startling, but I guess comes with the territory.
Right. It's nice though. It's weird to have emails from people we don't know that are fairly close. You know?
I think
it's cool.
What was Dave saying? He actually works with someone who basically roped him into a big. Exactly, you know it better than I do.
So apparently somebody there was two people having a conversation at work where he works, and they were talking about Bigfoots and or big feet. What's the plural of Bigfoot?
I think that either one works. I don't.
Dude, that actually makes me die because I saw a drawing, and somebody's like it was a drawing of these campers, and they're sitting there and they see a Bigfoot, and he only has 1 foot. And he's like, "That's why they don't call me Big Feet." He only has 1 foot, 1 big foot.
Makes sense.
See,
makes sense.
That makes sense. Difficult buying shoes, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess Dave got roped into the conversation because he was there, and they were asking him, what his stance was if he believed in Bigfoot. And of course, Dave was like, nah, not really, man. He goes, I got friends that are into it. They even got a little podcast they do called Kentucky X-Files. And apparently one of the people there was super excited about that because they're a fan and been listening for a long time. And which is really exciting for me and us, because when Dave calls and tells us about that, it's like, whoa, this is real.
Right.
There are real people out there that are fans. It was cool because the way Dave put it was, he calls me and he goes, I love you like a brother and I value our friendship. I just didn't realize I was supposed to be really appreciative because I'm buddies with a famous person.
That's awesome. Now, if I could just get that to spill over to we go to a bar and everybody's buying us drinks.
Right.
If we could just get to that, I feel like that'd be a win, right? I mean,
I really feel like that comment right there is going to tip over the edge of people thinking that we're alcoholics. Because we've had multiple nights of drinking, and then now you're seeing if our fame could actually get us free drinks.
Right.
Okay, I'm just saying, I really feel like our audience is going to okay, we're listening to alcoholics talk about Bigfoot.
All I'm saying is that drinks are good.
So I'm just saying, if you got people out there, if you like that guy at your local bar that just spills nonsense, this is your podcast.
Right.
That's us. We just, is the guy in the corner yeah, a big one, yeah.
Oh God, I am going to. I was going to upload the drunk episode onto the Patreon.
Oh, okay. You got that figured out?
Yeah, I got it figured out, but
cool.
I just want to apologize to the patrons.
I'm just saying we were very happy drunks. I think we said that
but
on the one episode, the redo episode for that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we said it while we were recording, but that night we said we love I was like, I love you, man, so many times.
That's true.
We're so happy. I think, didn't we hug once?
Yeah, we hugged.
We did.
We hugged it out.
A group hug, and I guess we all needed it. Everybody needs a hug every once in a while, but that was funny.
The next day, I felt like $1 million.
I did too.
I felt great,
dude. Yeah, I felt good.
I woke up feeling
like a headache.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
but I think that was lack of sleep.
It's like the head hurts, but the soul feels good.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
But yeah, man.
But
so
but
cool.
to fall back, the
Sorry.
the fan in Georgetown, Lexington, and I apologize because I'm so bad with names and the name escapes me. But if you know Dave, you need to find him because he may or may not have an autograph sticker.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hopefully you listen to the YouTube episodes because
if not,
I think we already went over Spreaker and Anchor are having a little tizzy with us. So
they're not getting along.
And you're actually getting these episodes.
All right, but hopefully that all works out. And yeah, I hope they do get a hold of Dave and get their sticker. I'm excited for them.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, the Appalachians.
Yes.
The mountains. What do you guys think? I've got some stuff, but in my journeys, I found nothing useful to you guys. Everything I have is like a side note and maybe related. I don't know.
I've dug into it a little bit, and it's incredibly difficult to find cryptid information specific to the Appalachian regions.
Yeah.
Which I find odd because if any of you have ever been through Appalachia, you would think that there would be so much information because that is a, just it's sectioned off from the rest of the world so much. It is so dense forests and mountains. It's,
right.
You'd think it would be crawling with stories and folklore.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just not making it to the internet. I don't know.
Well, that's possible. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I have one. I figured we could start off with because it's there's not a lot of information on it, but I found it to be really entertaining, just because of it's a water cryptid.
Really?
We don't do a lot of water cryptids.
That is true. I'm actually sitting here trying to think of one, and I can't.
Other than Loch Ness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what makes it great is that being a water cryptid, it's, if it's underwater, I mean, that adds to the why haven't we found a body or whatever. You know, hey, it's underwater. It makes it easier to write off,
Yeah.
It's the Lake Harrington monster in Lake Harrington, Kentucky.
Lake Harrington monster. All right.
Yep.
Let me pull this up too.
Let's see.
I want to get onto the.
I will. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy the link, and I'm going to put it in the Discord chat.
What the hell?
There you go. So everybody here in the chat can see it. So now I'm going to try to paraphrase. I don't want to read verbatim what I'm reading off the website.
Yeah.
But apparently there was a lake that was built in 1925 in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And shortly thereafter, there have been reports of an eel that has a pig's head. Right?
Yeah.
And we're not talking like, just anybody reporting it. It was a University of Kentucky professor.
Really?
That was reporting it. Yeah. A man by the name of Lawrence S. Thompson. He reported that he'd seen the creature while swimming multiple times.
What?
And the Louisville Courier asked him whether he truly believed he'd seen a real monster. And his response, and I love this response, is, and I quote, "It's only a monster in the sense that one would call an alligator a monster if they had never seen one before."
Huh. Okay. So it's kind of a pretty level-headed response.
Right. But it's like 12 to 15 foot long. It's got the skin tone and pattern of a speckled-fish, and it's said to be about as fast as a boat.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
With the head of a pig.
Yep.
That's just really odd. Like, it's like an odd combo. Like the head of a pig. Like, really? Man,
Exactly.
interesting. I don't know, man. That's a weird one. I mean, I guess anything's possible, but it's just like the head of the pig part is the part that kind of gets me. Like we don't really have a precedent for that, you know? Like,
right.
You know.
But I mean, maybe it's not so much a head of a pig as it is like just the nostril area, the snout, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just an eel of some sort that has you know, a pig like, you know, face, but not, you know, full blown head of a pig, you know.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's odd.
Yeah.
Kind of looking.
It just makes
stuff
the only thing I would say that he said, like, he saw it swimming. The only thing is that where is the location of this lake that he was swimming in? And okay, this is just me. If it was like a big fit, okay, if say somehow a pig's head fell in the water, a big fish.
I like where he's going with this.
Yeah, it in its mouth.
Yeah,
swimming. I'm just saying that would creep me out too. And like, come on, like something with a pig's head on it, like face.
Yeah, because I mean, you still have a little bit of a problem because you've got something big enough to swim around with a pig's head. You know what I mean? So like,
right.
you still have a problem here with this because it's still terrifying.
What is the one Alligator Gar?
Yeah.
Like those can get pretty long, can't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like about this one is it's only 12 to 15 feet. It's not something ridiculous for a water creature. You know?
Yeah.
So that's something we know that can happen in fresh water. One of the theories is that it was living underground in like an underground lake, and I guess when they were making the new lake, it disturbed it, and it was able to come up through caves. Which, you know, caves are always a ringer in the cryptid stuff. You know, caves and water.
That is true. Yeah, caves, water, strange lights.
What is it? What is this cryptid like called?
Lake Harrington monster.
Oh, like.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I guess the pig's head part that's the only part that just gets me. Where I'm like, wow, really? Like, I mean, I could see some fish, you know, kind of having the.
But in a way, like kind of like what you were going there, Gibbs, is like it had characteristics of a pig, kind of like how a seahorse, like when you look at it, like you don't automatically that does not look like a horse's face. It's just the long snap, like kind of a snap, like elongated face. When you look at a little seahorse.
Yeah,
that's like I could see that. Like it has a similar shape, like a horse, but it doesn't. Like when you get up close to it, it's like, yeah, that definitely is not a horse. Like has a horse face.
Yeah.
So I can see that being a thing too.
Right.
I can't. Okay, when I looked this up, I found another cryptid, but I cannot find where this was located or what. This has a half pig, half snake. It's called a chuva ala. Okay, I'm not even going to try this. Like, I am just going to send you.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm looking at the picture of it. I mean, this is essentially, I mean, it's close to the same creature, right?
I haven't seen the new picture yet.
All right.
Okay, give me a second. I'll just send this link.
Yeah.
And you just type this into Google and you'll see more images. Copy. Okay.
I might have to put all these images up on the Facebook for people too.
This actually, instead of just having the face, this actually has actually has hooves.
It's Kuchavilu.
Kuchavilu?
Yeah, Kuchavilu.
Okay.
I think it's how you pronounce it. I don't know. My Spanish doesn't really do so well in the South American Portuguese, but that's how I would read it in Spanish if it was Spanish.
That's kind of eel-like, right? I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, like how the tail is designed. So, I like. Other than that, like it said, this is creature actually is based on the elephant seal. I've never seen an elephant seal.
Like, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's big, it's thick.
Oh, the elephant seal, yeah. I just think these guys are hilarious looking.
Yeah.
They have this like giant snout, and they just look like they're just so judgmental of other animals.
Yeah.
Yes. Shall lay on the beach today. I don't know. I mean, one's in Kentucky, the other one's in Chile, did you say?
Yeah. It's a Chile mythological.
I mean, that's so randomly displaced.
Right. Like it's a really random, like the combination is so random, and for it to be in two entirely different places.
Yeah.
So far apart.
Where did this professor see this one? Did it say what year at least?
So yeah, the let's see here. 1972. Yeah.
I can't find that. Yeah, like this little page only says what myth it came from, Chile, but it doesn't actually state when this actually was like cited in a way.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I don't know when whoever saw this in Chile said that. So I don't know, like that. It seems very, like you were saying, it's very far apart.
Yeah, it's very unique, very random.
Yeah, I will say this: like some people probably would say that since he was a professor, there's a chance he knew about this myth, and he could have just made it up. But I feel like
what would be the point?
What would be the point? And plus, he's a professor. Would you want to be that guy to, like, because I know everybody out there that's seen something out of there, like something that would literally screw with your mind, because especially seeing an eel/pig,
yeah,
you're going to get scrutinized in some way because no one's like really have seen this thing. So it's not really classified as an animal or anything of that. So being a professor, if you wasn't 100% sure, I don't think you would have said something.
Right.
Okay. Because, there's a lot of people out there that believe in some of these cryptids, but they don't want to say anything because they don't want to ruin their reputation.
Right, yeah. That's kind of where I was at, was like, I mean, if you're a professor, would you want to have your name associated with something like this? I mean, there's always that chance that the dude might have just seen something.
Yep. And
he could have been just as I mean, imagine you guys you're swimming around in the lake, you're having fun, and then there's this big pig eel comes swimming past you. You know what I mean?
That's why I don't do open water.
You go to the bait shop and go, hey man, what kind of bait do you got for them pig eels?
What?
Well, what are you talking about? That is big old that eel thing with the pig face. You saw that? You know what I mean? It's like shit. I don't know. He probably just thought it was some animal that lived. You know what I mean? Down there. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, there's so much crazy shit out there, people, people see and don't understand, so who knows? I don't. What else we got? What other kind of cryptids do we got?
Oh man, there's a good sized list of stuff. It's just getting the information on them,
Yeah.
So let's see here. One that I wanted to kind of touch on is the Appalachian Black Panther.
Oh yeah. This is I think too. This one to me is I really feel like this one it spans even like way outside of the Appalachian too.
Right. Yeah. It's
that thing has been seen everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
interesting.
It's man, this is the one that actually has the most information, but a lot of it is just argumentative,
Right.
I'm trying to get the whole link to copy here. I don't think it's going to do it. There we go. That's what I need. Copy. And I'll send this into the chat so everybody can be a part of it. Plow. There we go. So I guess the first thing to touch on is the cause of large black cats and how, I guess, some of the things I was reading was that like a panther isn't technically really a species.
Yeah.
It's caused by the melanin in the skin. It's like a, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's kind of like the pigmentation.
Yes, it's a pigmentation issue.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the albinos. Like
right, it's just the opposite of an albino.
It's the opposite. Oh,
so like a panther is actually more like most panthers are actually just black jaguars.
I feel
is what
dumb.
they were saying. Now I don't know how much
these were real.
Right? No. I mean, the panthers are. It's so. I'm just what I'm reading is, and I'm trying to make sure that I get all of my information right.
Mm-hmm.
Is that they're mostly jaguars and leopards.
Okay.
And yeah, actually, I've got it up right here. Pantherine is the cat subfamily that contains genera Panthera and Neophilus. It contains the genus of tigers, lions, jaguars, and leopards.
Okay.
Also, cougars. So there can be, so any of these can have this melanin issue and be black.
Gotcha. So it's just like it's just a genetic thing?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I don't know if panther is actually a species itself or if it's all. No. A black panther is a melanistic color variant of the leopard and jaguar. Black panthers of both species have excess black pigments, but their typical rosettes are also present.
Oh wow. So I mean, you could almost say that this isn't even really a cryptid. I mean, after that, right? I mean, unless we're saying that these don't exist in North America.
Right, and I think that's what the issue is they don't believe that there is a North American black cat.
Oh, like could it live here? Like, could those types of type of animal live around here?
Right, like so, like
in the Appalachian Mountains.
Right. See, the puma or cougar or mountain lion that used to be on this side of the country is supposed to have been no longer here. It moved on, right? Because once upon a time there were mountain lions over here, but they're not here anymore, according to science. The occasional one that pops up is supposedly a pet that got loosed or whatever,
Yeah.
So the theory is that these pumas or cougars have the melanin issue and are black, but nobody has proven that those cats can get that issue. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Does that make sense? It's typically found in jaguars and leopards. So the argument is it even possible for a puma or a cougar to have the black fur from the genetic why can I not remember the word I'm looking for? The genetic trait that's been disrupted, I guess. So if that's even possible to begin with, and then are those creatures still in this area is the other thing. They're, they used to be here, but they're not around here anymore. Food source and people have a lot to do with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, from what I'm gathering here, the mountain lion is, I'm looking at this, the mountain lion, the North American mountain lion is pretty much, it's got like 4 different names.
Right.
It's the Florida Panther is also the North American mountain lion. It's the North American cougar also.
Yep.
And
the
it's
puma.
Also the puma and also the panther.
And the Jaguar Undy.
Yeah. And from what I'm looking here, the North American Jaguar. Yeah, okay, so it says here the North American Jaguar is a bit smaller, but they have a very distinct pattern. Like the leopard spots, kind of,
Right.
Which I honestly think that seeing that in person would be a little bit more scary than, you know what I mean? Because
right.
it's like you recognize those patterns, you know what they mean.
Yeah, exactly. If you can see them, though, because the whole point is to be camouflage,
Yeah.
to disrupt the body. But there was also the Carolinas had panthers at one point in time. Kentucky at one point in time had them up into Ohio. And I think even Michigan many moons ago. So that's where I wanted to trigger on this one here is that, we know that the the baseline for the creature did exist at one point in time in this area. So there were big cats here at one point.
Yeah.
Now the question is, are they still here? And are they having the melatonin issue where their fur is going black?
Huh.
And science is saying, no, they're not here anymore. But there's literally thousands upon thousands of sightings.
Oh, shit, yeah. Okay.
And we're talking like little old ladies that see them when they're out in their garden type stuff. We're not talking Bigfoot hunters that are out looking for monsters. We're talking your average person that by happenstance has seen something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's definitely a family lineage here, in the Americas. I mean, the cave lion, or the American lion, if you want to call it that. It was the largest. I mean, it was the largest of the big cats that walked the earth. You know what I mean? I know that the saber-toothed tiger is always depicted as the absolute biggest, but pound for pound, the American lion was a lot bulkier.
Right.
Had the weight. So it's like, to me, it's like, and cats are known for moseying. They don't just sit around. Like your house cat.
Right.
They're on the move. They're always doing stuff. So I could see it. How many? I mean, do we even know like how many mountain lions are in North America?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll look it up right now.
That would be pretty interesting just to know.
Okay. In the United States, they estimate it to be somewhere between 20 and 40,000 lions.
Okay.
That's that's why they call them the Bigfoot of the big cats.
Yeah.
Because the population is small.
The cat squatch.
Yeah, it's cat squatch. There's, they're not on every roadside like deer,
What if that was what was in your yard that morning?
Dude,
it was
I think about that all the
time. It was a black panther. That's why you couldn't see him.
Right.
He was blending in flawlessly with the night.
I mean, I was going to say, in my front yard at that time of the day, that thing could have been neon green and I wouldn't have been able to see it.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. That one, I really feel like that one's probably just a matter of time before they, before they're like, oh, here's one.
Right.
Like, I just really feel like that one's just rooted heavily in just fact. Like, I don't want to go looking for one, but I don't discount that it's probably there.
There's like apparently tons of old encounters that were published in newspapers in the 1800s about settlers in the Appalachian Mountains and the Ozarks dealing with black panthers.
No kidding. I'm looking at trail camera pictures, right?
Right.
And I'm literally looking at a trail cam picture of one of these. Just looking right into the camera. And I'm like, that's enough for me. Like, I'm like, yeah, dude, come on. There's what did you say, 20 to 40,000?
Right.
Come on. One of them that's one or two that here and there that's darker, darker fur than the rest. I don't feel like that's a big mystery. You know what I mean? I feel like that's pretty reasonable.
Right.
Even if it's got the spots. I mean, I can see one here that's like its spots are darker complected than the average one. And it just still seems pretty reasonable to me to think that if somebody comes up and says like, hey man, I saw one of those, like I'd be willing to be like, yeah man, you probably did. It's a big world out there.
Right.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's plenty of room for one of these to be out there roaming around.
There's a lot of woods, a lot of mountainside, a lot of space without people.
The only thing that I'm seeing here on one picture is it does kind of look like just a house cat. Like a black house cat sitting next to a trail camera,
Right.
I'm like,
they doing forced perspective.
Yeah, like the forced perspective, maybe, something there.
Okay. I have got to show you guys this. You're going to like this. Apparently bobcats can be black.
What?
Yeah. Take a look at this.
Check him out.
Come on. Why isn't it sending? There we go.
There it is.
Sorry, my keyboard decides it doesn't want to work sometimes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I'm fully on board with this one. I think this is pretty interesting. Wow. Plus, I mean, have you ever seen some of the crazy stuff, that comes off of trail cams?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some stuff like, I don't know if you guys have seen this one before, but like I said, we're going to have to post all these somewhere to let everybody see them. Like that comes walking across your trail cam, dude. I mean, that would freak me out.
Right.
What the hell is wrong with it,
Right.
But yeah, interesting stuff. There's one picture of a trail cam here where it's literally a fox, and he's just running past the trail cam with a frisbee. Like he just took the frisbee and he just took off with
it. Foxes will do that, man. They steal everything.
Yeah. Yeah, the old Black Panther. Very cool. Yeah, like I said earlier, like I haven't been really digging into the cryptids at all. I kept getting sidetracked with like disappearances and things like that, going all the way back to the 60s, in the Smoky Mountains and so forth. then I started getting interested in like the ghost towns, you know, because some of these disappearances happen around places that are ghost towns now, you know. And then I got really sidetracked and started looking up that you can actually buy your own ghost town, which I think is awesome.
That is pretty cool.
And I was like, but if I'm, you know, I started looking into like the wild people of Appalachia, you know, there's stories of you know, just wild men, wild people of the woods that live up in the mountains, you know, and then even goes even farther into like rumors of cannibalism from the, you know, these like the wild people or whatever.
Really?
It's crazy. Like there's especially the feral people thing that's kind of going crazy on TikTok right now. I don't know if you guys are keeping up with that at all, but yeah, there's like apparently feral people in these national parks, and these kids are going out there with their TikTok, you know, on their phone, and they're trying to film them. I don't know if you guys have like seen any of this, but it's pretty hilarious. I mean, this like I don't think they realize like, yeah, it seems like a fun idea, but dude, it's like a feral person, you know, like, dude, regular people are dangerous enough, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe you don't want to go and corner a feral person, you know, especially when, you know, it's like the topics of cannibalism come up. I just feel like that's a big red flag for me.
Right.
You know, I don't want to get eaten.
Yeah, no shit.
You know? Yeah, there was pretty interesting stuff. A lot of that stuff. The ghost towns is that's something that highly recommend. I would love to do a drive-through tour of some of the ghost towns, especially Blue Heron in Kentucky. I would really love to go there, especially considering all like the UFO and Bigfoot like stories from that area, you know. Really think that would be cool. Lots of UFO stories, lots of Bigfoot stories, and it's a ghost town. I mean, it's pretty empty.
Hell yeah.
Really cool. Yeah, I don't know what else I found. Yeah, so that was it. It was there was basically somebody's trying to make a connection between like, you know, the 15 or 1600 people, missing people in national parks per year, and possibly a population of feral people, you know, living in those woods, etc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, it would totally, if it was true, then it could give a little bit of traction to the whole the Bigfoot thing, you know, wild men, whatever, the disappearances,
right?
You know, because still to this day, I mean, we have a handful of kind of glossed over, kind of offhanded remarks and answers as far as the missing persons goes, but nothing definitive yet, where it's like, you know, the biggest one I keep hearing is like, well, people go missing all the time.
Right.
And I'm like, that's fair, they do. And nobody's disputing anybody on that. You know what I mean? Like that, I guess there's some that think that that's where the argument is. Like, right. Well, you know, people get missing all the time. It's just, it happens.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it
I
does.
mean, I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it does happen. But why is it happening? And
right.
Why in such great numbers? That's the key here. You know what I mean? And then when you look at the missing persons, like the clusters on the map, you know, it's crazy. You know, like where the most concentrated missing persons, you know, cases happen. It's insane. You know, we're up to almost 600 missing people this year in Kentucky.
That's crazy. This year,
that's insane. You know what I mean?
That's a lot.
It's insanity, and nobody understands why. You know,
that's 100 people a month,
dude. We are. I think what they say the current number of open cases right now in the United States is well over 100,000. I mean, 100,000 people. How do you lose 100,000 people?
Right.
You don't just misplace them. You know. Yeah. So they said it boils down to 1 out of every 617 people in the United States are missing. That's a scary ratio, which means that to me, it means that, okay, something is going on. Something is wrong. Something is absolutely wrong. You know, the bigger the state is, the more you get. But then if the state has a massive national park, well, and do I need to even tell you how bad the missing people reports in the Pacific Northwest are?
Right.
I mean, the Pacific Northwest is absolutely horrifying of how many missing people there are. You know, I mean, look at what we looked at recently. The family that was found dead on the Sierra Nevada trail.
Right.
You know, I mean, you could be looking at something there where they just happen to have been found. You know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy.
I just looked this up. It said over 600,000 individuals go missing in the United States every year.
Yeah.
Fortunately, many of them are missing children and adults, and are found quickly found alive and well. However, tens of thousands of individuals remain missing for more than 1 year. What many agencies call cold cases.
Yeah.
Still 600,000. You want to say, even saying 1% of that.
Oh yeah.
That make their disappearance makes no sense.
Yep.
There's no foul play. Nothing that led up to their disappearance. That's still what is 1% of 600? Like, is that 60,000 or 600?
Yeah. So look, like the cluster map goes right down. I mean, one of the biggest clusters goes right down following the Appalachian Trail, like pretty much like you just painted a line right on top of it. You know what I mean?
That figures.
And it's amazing because, like I said, it's not just, all the cryptids, the missing people, the Appalachians. It's, there's bog swamps, you know what I mean? There's obviously cryptids, there's mountain lions, bears, there's UFO sightings, and then there's, the other story which comes up is that there's hidden military installations all throughout. Underground installations. And what's interesting about that one too is that you can actually go on YouTube, and actually recently watched a video where a guy found one and was actually messing around in it and looking around. That was actually pretty cool.
Was it like an abandoned one, I take it? Yeah,
it was one of the abandoned ones. But when he makes the comment when he's in there is like, it doesn't look like they've been gone for very long.
Right.
Like it was still in pretty good shape. Like, maybe a year or two. You know what I mean? And you almost can't. You almost have to wonder, like, well, what were they doing up there? Why? Why would that be even a thing? Way out in the middle of nowhere like that. But who knows?
Well, I mean, maybe that was like a World War II thing. Like our coast is pretty heavily protected, but then once you get past the coast, you've got the mountain ranges, that help protect you from getting further in, assuming it's a marching army, you know?
That's true, yeah.
You know, that would be a great place to have a fallback area, you know?
Right.
So if the coast was overrun, you fall back to the mountains and fight from there. You're automatically on higher ground, and then all of your bunkers are underground, so they're not going to see you as easy.
Yeah. Well, that's true, yeah. I mean, the mountain range would be a great defense position, huh?
Yeah, it'd be an excellent, because it's so, and the Appalachian mountain ranges, especially because it's not like the Rockies where you can fly over with a plane and see every crevice and every cave.
Right.
You know, the Appalachian mountains are covered in trees, dense trees.
That is true, yeah. Yeah, I wonder how many of those installations there are. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, there's looks like there's some that kind of skirt the Appalachians. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Oh. Let's see here. There are so many overlapping cryptids from the Appalachians.
Yeah.
Let's see, the Wampus Beast. We've talked about that, and that kind of falls into the.
Is that the Wampus Cat?
No, this one's a little different. This is a 4 times the size of a male mountain lion, weighing 500 to 600 pounds.
Jesus, it's like super Wampus.
Yeah, and they're supposed to smell like a wet dog or a skunk, so it's like halfway between a Wampus and a Bigfoot.
Yeah, and Dogman.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the go-to.
There's also a Wolfman, ironically in Wolf County.
Okay.
It's believed to be 500 pounds and stand taller than 7 feet. And it's supposed to have similar fur to a bear or a gorilla, which I found interesting because that kind of harkens back to Bearilla.
Yeah.
You know?
The Wolfman. I really want to say that was on that Goofy show. How was it called?
The one on History Channel?
I can't remember. It was like
Monster Quest?
It might have been. I don't know.
Where they did the terrible CGI.
Yeah, it's probably
like they do terrible CGI recreations. Oh yeah, it was like I've seen a few of those.
Oh no, it was Mountain Monsters. It was an episode on that, and that show is just absolute garbage. I'm sorry. Dude, it's terrible. Yeah, they went out and they tried to capture it. So basically, it's a bunch of guys running around the woods, you know, talking to each other with their script. And it's one of them things where it's like they don't even try to cover that it's scripted. It's like blatantly obvious.
Right.
So it's, you know. Yeah, the Wolf County Wolfman was one of the episodes of that.
Have you ever heard of the Smoke Wolf?
That one, you mentioned that too last time, and I was really, really interested. I wanted to know more about it.
Right. So apparently the Smoke Wolf is a solid black wolf that's like just massive.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to have red eyes. Apparently they howl and scream, and it just sounds pure evil, and they kill for fun.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing known to deter a smoke wolf is the sound of rattling chains, is what this website says.
I wonder where that comes from, you know?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
Rattling chains. Almost. I mean, it almost makes me think of like Fenris, you know?
Right. Well, and you think about it, you know, the Appalachian Mountains, you know, are inhabited by people from Europe. A lot of Europeans, you know, a lot of Irish, Scottish, Germans, you know, so you're going to get a lot of the like dire wolf folklore and Fenris and stuff like that that's going to, bleed over into the culture.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
Now, this one here, this is amazing. I love this. Have you ever heard of a raven mocker?
Raven mocker? No.
Okay. So, according to Cherokee legend, the raven mocker is a shape-shifting Bigfoot.
Ooh, okay.
He's about 7 foot tall with black fur and solid white eyes, but he's believed to be able to take the appearance of animals and people.
Okay. Interesting.
But also, they're aggressive. They eat the hearts from the chest without ever leaving a mark.
Wow.
So they trick you. They trick you into believing they're an old woman or an old man, lure you away, and then just eat your heart out.
Gotcha. Okay. See, like that. I mean, the whole, like, feasting on a person, especially the heart. I mean, that to me, that harkens back to the principal chiefs, the shapeshifters.
Right.
What are they, like, dishonored chiefs or whatever?
Right.
Principal dogs, as they're referred to by the nations.
Right.
Shape-shifting, twisted things around. That I'm looking at some pictures that people have depicted of the raven mocker. It's very, very interesting. Definitely, I might have my work cut out for me here. I'm throwing everything into the old Discord here, so we can kind of keep tabs of these pictures.
Oh, wow.
But isn't that crazy looking?
That is wild looking. That looks nothing like a Bigfoot, like the description said.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of like, I don't know. I know there's several different illustrations here, but
I wonder if they're using the term raven mocker for the bird, and that's why it looks like that, as opposed to the word raven meaning the color.
Yeah. That's probably it.
Yeah. I think it's just a lost in translation thing.
Oh, that's definitely.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild, though.
Very
now, didn't you have one you were working on, the Gravediggers? Didn't you say there was a compelling video or something about them?
There is. Let me see if I can pull it up and I'll show it to you guys. The video came out a while back. If I can find it. Yeah, the Gravedigger. See if I can find this. Somebody had posted a video of this thing just going to town in a graveyard, right? And when you like watch the video, it's compelling as shit. Like it's wild. Gotta figure out if I can get it here. Yeah, this happened in broad daylight.
Oh, interesting. That's
Yeah.
usually a nighttime thing.
Right. I'm making sure that this is the right. Yeah, this is it. Making sure it's the right one before I send it over to you guys. That's it right there.
Am I gonna be able to play this without the volume cranking through here?
It might, but
Okay.
for anybody out there, you can find this one on Thinker Thunker's YouTube channel. Pretty wild.
Okay, I got it muted. I don't need volume for anything, right?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and watch this. I gotta get past his intro though. There we go. You ever notice that all the cryptid film footage is grainy as hell?
Oh yeah. I think it's because it's the same thing that happens when I try to analyze these videos. I'm zooming in as far as possible. And although we have like super, advanced technology, we just haven't seemed to, we're not able to, keep pixelation from happening when we need it.
Right. Well, the movie trope, zoom and enhance, zoom and enhance.
Yeah.
Did we lose Tyler? Is he still here?
I'm still here. I'm listening to you guys.
I was going to say,
I kind of drifted off into the back. I'm listening to you guys.
I was going to say, I haven't heard him chime in a while.
Because at the beginning of this, to me, it looks like he's got a shovel. But then the more Thinker Thunker goes into it, it's like you start to notice, like, yeah, there's no shovel. It's all bare hands. Very interesting. But it's like broad daylight, right outside of the thing, and it's like the body shape of it. Later on, right around the 3-minute mark.
Oh yeah,
the body shape is weird, man. Like, but yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and share this to our Facebook page, just so people.
There's probably a very skinny landscaper out there that's kind of annoyed.
He's getting tired of being called a gravedigger
by Thinker Thunker. Like, hey man, what the hell?
Right.
I work outside all day.
It looks like it's pretty nice outside, right? In the video, it doesn't look like it's cold. So my whole thing was like, why is it so whatever? And then the aftermath, if you look at the actual site that it was digging.
Yeah.
Interesting, and they definitely did what they could to cover it up afterwards.
Right.
But yeah, that body shape around that 310 mark is what gets me.
Yeah, the arm.
Yeah, interesting as hell. Why would it be, like, why would it be using like, anybody out there doing something like that? What would their purpose be? Why would you be just digging randomly out there? You know what I mean?
Right.
Leaves me with a lot more questions. The Gravediggers thing is interesting because, like, if this is real, then this is something that people have heard of for a long time.
Right. See, what doesn't make any sense though is, like, all the stuff I've seen on Gravediggers is they're very small.
Yeah.
That looks a lot bigger.
Right.
Let's see if I can look some up. It's really difficult to look up Gravedigger without getting a whole bunch of monster trucks.
Yeah. Then I get sidetracked because,
monster trucks.
Yeah, monster trucks. Awesome.
There's like no images.
Yeah.
On Google.
I kind of wonder, that people talk about that white, like, almost bald, skin-colored, it's almost like a emaciated little thing that comes crawling across the ground, like the rake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But I wonder if this is similar.
Right.
Because, like, I see here, there's some people are calling the White Bluff Screamer is the Appalachian grave robber. It's just so wild, man. What do we got here? Beast of Bullitt County looks like a dog man. Beast of Land Between the Lakes looks like a dog man. The Lizard Man. Little People, Hopkinsville Goblins, Devil Monkeys, the Black Panther, the Meth Hogs, which I am extremely excited to know about.
Yeah, and it's hard to find anything on them because apparently the Meth Hogs were a character on the Squidbillies as well.
No kidding.
Yeah, so everything you look up is, from that cartoon.
The Milton Lizard. I might have something to add to that one. I just gotta see it. Okay, no, the Milton Lizard. Here's a Kentucky cryptid that's 15 feet long, and it's a monitor lizard that's apparently seen in Milton, Kentucky.
And it's bipedal.
And it's bipedal, right? Now, when I first read that years ago, I went to my mother-in-law's house to pick up my little girl Sam, and we were on our way home, right? And we were right there on Main Street in Alexandria, Kentucky. You know the spot. Coming right down Washington, right? I slammed my brakes on because a big-ass monitor lizard came walking across the street.
What?
I'm dead serious. And all I could ever do to make sense of it was I was like, somebody's pet got loose.
Right.
But he was big enough to where I was like, I'm not going to be the one that wrangles him back in. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Like I can handle a snapping turtle, you know, like I feel I'm never not going to be nervous handling a snapper, but I can do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you know how it is, man. You mess up one time and they're strong as shit. You know, you mess up one time, you're getting bit and that sucks. But this thing was bigger than a snapper, you know, like he was longer. He looked tough. He looked muscular. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Plus, you never know what kind of pets people have. You know, I don't know what this thing is. But yeah, right across the street. You know where the wood place is? I don't remember what the hell they're called. Pilot, I think. It's like something lumber, something right there. I'm probably butchering it. I don't know, but it's right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so like going past it towards the fairgrounds. Maybe 2 houses up from that store. That's where it happened. It walked right across the street, and I sat there like, what the hell? I mean, it was mind-blowing. So I'm thinking like, oh, yeah, dude, somebody seen a monitor lizard or something? Yeah, man, I've heard of that. Then I pull up this page, and I start looking into this, the Milton Lizard. I'm like, that's definitely not what I saw. Feel much different conversation right now if that's what I saw.
Exactly.
Be like I'd be living farther in the woods and never leaving the house.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not entirely sure if this is something close to us. I haven't seen too much like sightings, but this is I just wanted to throw this out there. I don't know what our time is. If we have, I was wanting to see if we could possibly maybe throw this in there because this cryptid seems extremely unique.
What's that?
It's called a pukwudgie.
Pukwudgie. That actually sounds
familiar
to me.
It is a Native American folklore.
Yeah.
The size of these things are 2 to 3 foot tall.
Okay.
They're kind of like a goblin type thing with, I would say the way it looks, like the back from the head down, it looks like they have a giant mohawk. It looks like
it's like a
mixture between a little goblin and a porcupine.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, and this was telling me some things that they can do. They can appear and disappear at will. They can transform into a walking porcupine. That makes sense.
Yeah.
They can attack people and lure them into their to their death. They are able to use magic. They have poison arrows. They can create fire at will. So yeah.
Wow.
They're saying that they are spirits of the forest, and they live in heavily wooded and swamp areas.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of one. It's wow.
I guess I'll
it's the pukwudgie.
It's very interesting. And the
I was just about to throw that up there.
See, I was just looking at that one too. And what I think is interesting about this is that there's so many different depictions where they range from more animal to more humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at one right now where it's dressed and wearing buckskins and shoes and has a bow and arrow, and the one right next to it, it's got 3 toes like an ostrich, and it's not wearing any clothes.
Wow, no shit.
Very interesting.
So yeah, I just wanted as we were digging through all this stuff, I came across that, and it's on the oddity. It's something that's it's not too much. It's not very relevant to the cryptid area, but I like the fact that it's showing that it's an intelligent cryptid in a way. So
Yeah.
Right, they look like warriors. They're fashioning weapons and armor, and
so yeah, this is like, I feel like, in a way, beside the magic part, I feel like this would be what I would depict as like what Sasquatch would be. A very intelligent but primitive like animal human hybrid, or I don't want to use hybrid because humanoid creature.
yeah. See, if I was going to describe them, they'd be punk rock battle elves.
Punk rock battle elves. Yeah, they need to wear a leather jacket with a bunch of patches.
Yeah. Let's see if I can copy this here and send it in. This is one I found here.
Yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
Basically, if anything, it makes kind of sense. Like, they're more, I guess you would say, Native American-esque. Like, they're very, they're one with their environment, and they live off of that. They're like the bows. Like, this one even like shows like feathers. Like, I don't want to sit here and say that I know really much about Native American culture, but like, doesn't the feathers, certain types of feathers that they use, doesn't that mean like certain status in the tribe?
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's all different, reasons for each feather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I know
the notches
like
in each feather too has a significance.
I know like the headdress that's only worn by the actual, was it chief? Is that
chief, medicine man?
medicine man? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's kind of like where I'm getting to, like, looking at some of these pictures, like depictions of these. I said it, but I keep forgetting how to say it.
Yeah.
Pukwudgie.
I bet that's where I'm reading it. Pukwudgie.
Pretty interesting, guys. I don't know. I think we should definitely continue on these, because I know there's got to be more. I know we're coming up over an hour here.
Yeah. But another thing too is like these creatures could be linked to, because I know there's a lot of little people sightings in the northern the eastern side of Kentucky and close to the Appalachian area.
Yeah.
So I feel like they could have some similarities. Like we've always talked about, some of like sightings could be mistaken as something else. So
right,
I wanted to kind of throw these out there.
Definitely. It's interesting because if you check out Scott Carpenter's videos, there's a lot of these odd creatures that he gets kind of like he catches on film or whatever, and they're not all Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Sometimes even he is like, I don't know what this is. You know what I mean? Like, you can see these weird faces, these weird things, shapes, whatever, and it doesn't make any sense. They're real small, or they're, not very big or whatever. Very interesting. Because, like, I was trying to figure out where I recognized Pukwudgie from, and I'm pretty sure that he was saying on one of his videos that he thought that one of the faces that he caught was one of those. So, very interesting. Could be wrong, but it just seems like that's where I heard it from. But yeah, I don't know. You guys want to come back to do some more of these on the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
A secondary.
I'm definitely enjoying the hell out of these.
Yeah,
it's
dive deeper into it.
entertaining. You know, I really want to look into the meth pig thing. I gotta know.
Right.
I mean, how, why? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah.
And why?
And that's going to be a recent cryptid. You know, that's not going to have any old stories.
Yeah.
You know,
Kind of where I'm at. Like, what? You know, let's just dig on it. My brain is just going ape shit on that one, trying to wrap my head around it. I don't know.
right.
But yeah, a lot of you guys that tuned in last week probably didn't get the notification of the video or the upload. That's because we had a holiday, and hopefully everybody had a good holiday. Did some grilling or drink some beer, whatever you wanted to do.
There we go again.
And what?
Nothing. You do you, man. You do you.
Why do we have to put me on the spot like that? I'm hoping everybody enjoyed themselves.
Yeah.
Had a few beers.
Yeah.
Had a few more after that. You know.
Not too many, because.
I mean, not too. You know, responsibly. You
Yeah,
know,
responsibly.
a couple shots.
Dang.
Anyway, but yeah, the holiday. I forgot it was a holiday. To be honest with you, I just uploaded it and I scheduled it like normal and went on with my life, and realized the next day that nobody was at work.
Right.
So the few of you out there that still watched the video or checked out the episode, you know what? You are solid gold. That's what you are. But yeah, you guys out there, you have a good day. Enjoy your Monday. Hopefully we helped you get through a little bit of it. And take care of each other. Be nice to each other. Watch out for meth hogs, because apparently those are dangerous.
Right. It's a terrible thing. Don't let the meth hogs bite.
Don't. I can't even describe my mental image of the meth hog. Like falling asleep and there's a meth hog getting into your garbage can. Just open your door and look, and it's like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. Just shut the door.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
That's a meth hog. I'm not dealing with it. All right,
Not
fellas.
worth it.
You guys have a good day out there, gentlemen. Talk to you soon.
See you guys.